I am Omiyẹmi Artisia Green. I am a professor of theater and Africana Studies and the 2024 University Professor for Teaching Excellence. I love it when students have found something to hold on to in a world that may be bigger or different from the one that they inhabit or what they may have been exposed to. But yet they find something that opens up a curiosity within them that makes them want to know more. There is always a workshop of some kind in my class so that students have an opportunity to turn theory into application. A circle is another strategy of mine. It decenters me as the only source of knowledge production and somewhat levels the playing field, if you will, making sure that I can see everyone and everyone else can see each other, and that information is always moving, around counterclockwise, clockwise. Sometimes I'm standing in the center of that circle. Sometimes I'm standing outside of that circle if I'm writing things on the board. So I'm constantly moving, as are their brains are moving, as is knowledge is flowing in the classroom. I model that off of the concept of the ring shout, which is an Africanist expressive cultural practice, right? At which point everybody has a place in this circle, right? And everybody is either reaching back or reaching forward to get something to move it forward so that it might assist them in the present. And so I'm hoping that as this information is moving about in the classroom, that it's not just relevant for the task at hand, i.e. the learning objectives of the course, but that they're also gaining some seeds that they may plant within their own viscera and that might bloom way beyond our engagement for that semester. In the classroom, I am because of my students, right? They're equally as I am pouring out of myself into this space of the circle, the students are also pouring out of themselves into this space of the circle, and we are all changed as a result of that. Because my work, generally, both my artistic and scholarly production, draws on Africanist epistemologies and ontologies and methodologies, I'm also drawing not just from intellectual material, but I'm also drawing from other places in the classroom, right? That shape the thought, that shaped the knowledge production. And that's a harder thing to teach, right? Because sometimes students will say, well, how did you get that? And I can't always say how I got that. Like I can't always outline A, B, C, D, how I arrived at this. I can only tell you that when I arrived at A, B, C, and D, then you go to the archive, right? You go to see what other scholars have said. What I have found with the students that I have stayed in contact with beyond our 14, 15, 16 weeks together is that internally there has been a shift. And I think that internal shift probably most embodies the spirit of what I think we all intend to do here at William & Mary, which is, produce lifelong learners.